The Black Lives Matter rally staged on Friday, 12th June, was not without its highs and lows. The build-up saw the circulation of a denial letter from the police. Prime Minister Alan Shastney, who expressed solidarity, disassociated himself from the letter as the competent authority charged with granting or denying permission for the event. Shastney's social media post reads, quote, "I have requested that all parties concerned pursue every possibility that would permit the Black Lives Matter activity to go on without contravening the established protocols. However, the final decision is the responsibility of the relevant authorities." End quote. The police commissioner, in a follow-up missive like the Prime Minister, expressed solidarity with the global movement, but raised the spectre of the legal implications under a state of emergency and the inherent dangers of mass crowds at this time. Despite being denied permission to gather here today for this Black Lives Matter protest, Black Lives Matter St. Lucia went against the grain and rallied here at Constitution Park to protest Black Lives Matter. Vocal BLM member Aaron Alexander roused the crowd by calling for focus on the lack of justice for the many murder victims in St. Lucia.
We are standing up for something that is noble and true. The Americans stood up with us during our time of Beaufort. Why can't we stand with them today? The time is now, and now is the time. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Beaufort, Charlie Boo, Beaufort, Charlie Boo, Kimberly, Kimberly, Mount Jimmy Reid, Mount Jimmy Reid, Arnold, Arnold, Shaka Dan, Shaka Dan.
The visible presence of law enforcement did not escape the gaze of the protesters. Acting Deputy Commissioner Police Wayne Shallery says officers were present to keep the peace. Though no arrests were made, he says law enforcement was taking an account of those present at the rally.
It is certainly an unlawful gathering, okay, and my officers and myself, have assessed the situation, and we are considering our options, and certainly these options will certainly be brought to bear as we move along today.
One of the prominent figures in attendance was leader of the opposition, Philip J. Pierre.
I think racism must stop. All forms of racism, all forms of colonialism, whether pseudo-colonialism or not, must stop, and we are here to show our solidarity.
Protesters shared with News Force their reasons for coming out to show support for the Black Lives Matter movement, despite the very real threat of arrest for civil disobedience.
Well, I come here today because I'm proud I am black. I have my children. Police shot at them at one already, and there was nothing to talk about because he's a little black boy. So today I'm proud to follow the black people.
Well, you know, I'm here in solidarity for our black brothers in the United States and the struggle for Black Lives Matter. That's why I'm here.
We hope that the injustices that our people around the world and even here in our little island of St. Lucia have faced, that we can change that and that can be no more. So that's why I'm here in solidarity with all black lives. All lives matter, but black lives certainly do matter. And our lives here in St. Lucia matter.
The BLM members played their part in allowing St. Lucia to be counted as allies in the global fight for justice for those killed at the hands of police. As Black Lives St. Lucia takes a knee to show solidarity and support for Black America here in St. Lucia Constitution Park, Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.